Ray Comfort is one of the dumbest people on earth ever to have amassed a fortune out of other people's hard-earned wages. He is also a sociopath with not a shred of empathy for the people which the bilge he preaches will adversely affect. His ignorance is legendary, from proudly proclaiming that the modern banana, selectively bred by humans to remove the seeds and make the flesh more palatable, was actually designed that way by his chosen obscure absolute being, to censuring a commenter on his Facebook page for calling him a bibliophile, a term which self-alleged best-selling author Raymond thought an insult. His dishonesty is as legendary, claiming when caught out that the banana story was just a joke, despite him championing it forcefully and even dragging his boyfriend in on the act. He has also been caught plagiarising material and of course issuing false DMCAs, despite his own use of other people's work and his very obvious rip-off of the Jaws film artwork for his own profit. Now, whilst Banana Man Raymond is a target for fun and ridicule, sociopath Ray Comfort should be taken more seriously. The reality-distorting, hate-filled, ignorant bigotry he is prepared to spout to sustain his and his extended family's lifestyle has no end. We know for a fact that there are many thousands of kids in American schools today who are struggling with their sexuality, and we know that who we are and are not attracted to is not something we have control over. But Ray Comfort does not give a toss about the mental anguish, marginalisation, bullying, stress and suicides caused by ignorant, uneducated people's reactions when confronted by someone they cannot or choose not to try to understand. Ray Comfort wants to make another dollar, and if he has to lie about meeting Satan and Joseph Smith during an exorcism on an innocent teenage girl to make $1, or tell people to pray for their cancer tumours to grow, pocket the bucks, and then get a yearly flu shot because he himself is not so eager to meet the final judgment he claims is waiting for him, he will do it all with a disarming smile, because a sociopath has no conscience. In his latest effluent, obviously intended to appeal to those as dumb, ignorant and bigoted as himself, in the hope that another $1 or $2 will head his way, Ray Comfort has constructed another one of his absurd analogies. In this one we have an out-of-order lift. Someone alters the warning sign to tell gays that they can use the lift. The idea of the analogy in Ray's twisted, uneducated, bigoted and hate-filled brain being that gays will then use the lift and plummet to their deaths. His message? God hates fags, and Christians should not be telling gays anything different. The dumb in this analogy shouts out as loudly as the bigotry and hatred, as if I have to spell it out. I could step back in time to when there were whites-only lifts. I am comfortable in my mind that the Raymonds of the day would have been quite as happy to switch the analogy for their own sociopathic ends. The idea that someone who is homosexual would think, oh, the lift is broke, but it's okay for me to use because I'm a homosexualist, and jump in, is an absurdity which never occurred to Ray as he leapt on this half-baked analogy as soon as it appeared in the vacuum which passes for his intellect. Of course, a more accurate, modern analogy would be a lift which was allocated for whites only, or for Ray's analogy, straights only, to have had a line drawn through the restriction, making the lift and the world accessible to all people equally, regardless of ethnicity, orientation or ability. Whilst the rest of the world moves slowly forward, continually reassessing the ethical and moral framework under which we live, by increasing our understanding of people whose outlook and needs may be different than our own, and educating ourselves so that we do not disadvantage anyone through a lack of empathy. Ray Comfort, Ken Ham, and other sociopaths of their kind spread bigotry, hatred and ignorance based on a book which was written when a brutal, fearful society knew no better or did know better than to encourage slavery, misogyny, child labour and marriage, xenophobia and distrust of anything or anyone that was different. No modern society should allow hate speech to go unchallenged simply because it claims to be backed by a 2,000-year-old book. Thank you for watching.